How are we doing, everybody? Sam here, United People's TV. Manchester United won, Celta Vigo won. We're in the Europa League final, but fuck me, we made it nervous at the end of that game there, slightly unnecessarily. Eric Bailly getting sent off, he's going to miss the final. But we made the final, and that is all that counts, I suppose, at this point in time. Marouane Fellaini, the most unlikely of goal scorers, scored the goal to give Manchester United the real advantage in that game, 2-0 lead. We're in cruise control up until the last 10 minutes where Man United sat back, we sat deep, we invited Celta Vigo forward, they scored the equaliser, then it was squeaky fucking bum time. And I thought Guidetti was going to score that chance right at the end, but he didn't. So Man United are going to Stockholm, and that is all that matters ultimately. But I tell you what, Man United didn't half make a meal of it tonight. Make it as hard for themselves as possible. We had opportunities in Spain to kill that game before we came to Old Trafford. We didn't take them. It was a 1-0 lead coming here thanks to Marcus Rashford's free kick. And then in that game tonight, Celta Vigo started strongly. First 15 minutes, it was all about Celta Vigo attacking. Romero made a smart save, but we didn't concede. And I suppose that's the main thing about the first 20 minutes. As the game went on, we got into the game a little bit. Mkhitaryan started showing his Europa League form, and we started to get a little bit of control of that game. But we were never fully in control of that game. Not in the same vein as we were out in Celta Vigo. Pogba was still controlling the middle of the pitch, but we were defending so deep for the majority of that game that Celta Vigo were invited forward a hell of a lot of that match. And lo and behold, we conceded the equaliser in the second half. And that's because Man United adopted the same tactics that we have adopted so much at home this season, or adopted when we're in the lead this season, whether we're home or away. There's a distinct difference that is made between Jose Mourinho and Sir Alex Ferguson. When Fergie was in the lead, he would push. He would know that the opposition team would then be pushing for the equaliser, so there'll be space in behind. He can expose that space and extend the lead. Jose Mourinho is the opposite. He gets into the lead. He doesn't care what the opposition is doing. He will then contract his team, make them more disciplined, sit further and deeper, and control and try and defend that lead. Two very distinct top-level managers who manage games differently. And not every Manchester United fan's going to agree with it. And I'll be honest, I fucking don't agree with it. Because that was nervous when it didn't need to be tonight against Celta Vigo. Just like it was nervous against Arsenal at home earlier this season in the Premier League when it didn't need to be. When Giroud got that equaliser with their first shot on target. Tonight, it didn't need to be nervous. There was a point where it was Rashford, Lingard and Mkhitaryan in their half, and that was it. 7 players plus Romero behind the ball in our own half. Man United very much sitting on that 1-0 lead, and it nearly came to bite us in the arse towards the end. Guidetti had that chance. The ex-City striker had the chance to knock Manchester United out of the Europa League. What did he do? That's all he did. He completely fluffed his chances. Iago Aspas was crying. The Scouser was crying on the pitch. It's almost like Suarez and Gerrard at Selhurst Park when they fucked the league up. That was glorious to watch. And ultimately, Man United are through to a European Cup final. So how much can we really complain? You know, performances are never remembered in comparison to results. And that has been, I suppose, Jose Mourinho's mantra throughout his whole entire management career. And we are now going to Stockholm. We are facing Ajax, who just about came through against Lyon. I think they lost 3-1 overall. And they won 4-1 in the first leg. So that's one hell of a semi-final. Ajax conceded 4 goals in 2 games. That has to be good news for Manchester United. The bad news is, of course, Eric Bailly is banned. He's going to be banned for the fucking final. What an absolute moment of pure madness from Bailly, from Manchester United towards the end. The heads were lost. I'm not really sure what was going on there. Man United didn't have control of that game towards the end of it. Ultimately, we came through it. But fuck me, we made it hard towards the end. Let's read a few of your comments out. Lots and lots coming through here. It was very nervy, but the most important thing is we're in the final. Now we need to find a way of winning it. Absolutely. As I said, Ajax, their defence looked shaky. Conceded 4 goals in 2 legs in that semi-final. But they scored 6 goals. Or was it 5 or 6 goals? They are one dangerous team going forward. But they are one dangerous team in defence as well, as far as they are concerned. The bad news is they scored 5. That's the point about Ajax there. That's a very, very good point. We need to sort out the defence, says Kristen Jones. We can't be playing Smalling or Jones. Well, we're going to have to play someone if Eric Bailly is banned. I'm not really sure what went on there with the whole Eric Bailly situation, whether there is any chance that Bailly's red card's going to get rescinded, but I don't think it is. It was just a bit of a moment of madness from Eric Bailly. I really wish it didn't happen because, let's be honest, Eric Bailly's been our best defender this season. Daley Blind tonight was a bit off colour. Normally he's extremely composed on the ball, but tonight he was a bit of a bag of nerves. Just like I think I was and I think you were for the last 15-20 minutes when we didn't really need to be. Manchester United should have controlled that game from the very start to the very end against Celta Vigo, especially with that 1-0 lead. And when that second goal went in, thanks to Marouane Fellaini, a wonderful cross by Marcus Rashford. Up until that point in the first half, Man United, was that the first chance we really had on goal? I feel it was. Celta Vigo had a really good start to that game, but Rashford came up with a cross that you just cannot defend. And Fellaini was there at the back post and he made no mistake. Fair play to Fellaini. I'll slate him left, right and centre, but I will praise him when the credit is due. And that was a vital, vital headed finish when Manchester United needed it. So fair play to Fellaini. You did your job today. I just can't believe how much hard work Manchester United made of it. Let's read a few more of your comments here. Valencia lucky to be sent off as well. We saw that Valencia putting his hands up. Not sure whether the referee saw it or not. Will there be retrospective action? Is there any chance that Bailly is going to get his red card rescinded? I'm not sure. We'll have to find out in the coming days. I very much doubt it. If a hand is raised to the face of an opposition, no matter how theatrically Guidetti went down, who had a shocking game, missed a couple of really clear-cut chances. There was one cross that was whipped into him, had a header from 6 yards out, went wide. That chance right at the end went wide. Went down like a sack of spuds after Bailly touched him in the face. But I suppose that's what you get when you were taught at Man City. We have to get Dolberg and Kluivert from Ajax next season. We heard there's new blood and experience in this team, says Cheddar. Well, we'll see how they get on in the Europa League final. Kluivert, obviously Patrick Kluivert's youngest son, or only son maybe. He's now in the Ajax first team. He's having a couple of goals this season, but Dolberg is their main threat. Obviously, you've got Eunice as well. We'll obviously be doing our scouting report and our big match preview before that Europa League final. But Ajax are the team we are going to face in the final. For me, that's a top draw European final. Manchester United against Ajax. Ajax with Johan Cruyff, Patrick Kluivert, winning the European Cup under Louis van Gaal. They're a European powerhouse that has been sleeping for a while. And now Manchester United are here. First European Cup final since 2009 against Barcelona. But Manchester United really have made it difficult. Very, very difficult tonight for themselves. And we got through, which is the main thing. But I think what fans are going to be frustrated about from that performance is the fact that Jose Mourinho, instead of pushing for that second goal, he sat back and we tried to contain that 1-0 lead. Ultimately, we did. Just by the skin of our teeth. And that was a risky move. Just like playing a weakened team away at Arsenal. It was a risky move. But Mourinho's risky moves in the last couple of weeks are starting to pay off. And we now go into this game 90 minutes away from Champions League football next season. That is a gamble which is worth taking. So let me know about your comments and your views on the game tonight. There's loads of you watching. There's loads of you commenting, as always. Let's read a few more of your comments, actually, before we leave. Bailly will be missed, says Rajat. Bailly will absolutely be missed. He's been our best defender this season. The fact that he's going to be banned for the final is a fucking massive blow. I'm not sure who's going to replace him in the team. It's obviously going to be Blind playing alongside someone. Out of the two, I would choose Phil Jones, maybe even Axel Tuanzebe, but probably not in the European final. So who would you play in there to replace Eric Bailly? 2011 was the last final against Barcelona. You're right there, buddy. Sorry about that. I meant 2011, not 2009. But it's 6 years since Manchester United have been in a European final. And that's got to mean something. No matter if it's the Europa League or the Champions League, it's Manchester United in a European Cup final. That cannot be sniffed at. Everyone says it's the Europa League, X, Y, Z, but the Europa League is the only title or only trophy that Manchester United have never won. Now we've got an opportunity to win it. Stockholm in front of 50,000 people, albeit 9,000 Reds because that's all the tickets we're getting. But we're playing Ajax in, May 24th. So 13 days time, we've got a European Cup final. You've got to be happy about that. Will Romero play or will David De Gea play? There'll be lots and lots of questions to ask ahead of that game in 13 days. We'll cover that all in the preview and the build-up to the match. But tonight's match reaction, Manchester United won, Celta Vigo won. We're through to the final. That is all that matters. But Manchester United, I tell you what, they made it nervous and difficult, didn't they? Let me know your thoughts and your comments in the comments box below. Anybody who is new that is watching this, please hit that subscribe button in the corner. It's down there. Come on, guys, subscribe. There's lots more videos that are coming out. There's lots more match reaction that will come straight from Old Trafford after the game, as always. Until we speak to you again, take it easy. We'll see you soon, and we'll see you in the Europa League final.